Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. My name's Adam. So it's been a little bit of a slow week for me around here. Not a lot of work that was getting done. I had some problems with my feet. I have gout, and it kind of put me down for a few days. Wasn't able to get very much done, but I did get one little job done this week. Had to remove a broken bolt out of a cylinder head. So I've got that to show you. I've also got a few little short clips that I took on my phone of some other machine work that I've been doing. I've also got some pictures and things that I think you guys will enjoy. So I'm going to throw those into the video just to kind of share a little bit of some of the other stuff I've been doing. So maybe you guys will like that. I have been working on the K&T mill a little bit. I got it temporarily wired up, and that was to make it where we could work on it and try to find out what the problem was in the knee with the hydraulic system. And I was hoping that by the time I made this video that we were going to show this thing actually running, but I'm running into another problem electrical wise on the panel, and I can't figure out what's wrong. So I'm actually waiting on my electrician to come back over probably Sunday, and he's going to look at it and see what he can find wrong. But I have been filling it up with oil and trying to get it ready so that we could run it. So anyway, I got a little clip of that I'll probably throw in. So anyway, we are making a little bit of headway on the K&T, and I'll show you as that progresses, okay? I've also got, we've been talking about books here lately, and everybody's been sharing some of their books. I've got a couple more that I want to show you, some that mean a lot to me and are interesting books. So I'll pull those out and we'll take a look at them, okay? And I think that's about it. So we'll get to some machine work and some other stuff, okay? Hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, here's the first book that I want to show you. This is called Running an Engine Lathe. This was made by the McGraw-Hill Company, and it was written by Fred Colvin. Running an Engine Lathe. And I guess this was printed back in 1941. So this book here was given to me by Sonny. Sonny was another machinist that worked with us in our shop, and he was another mentor of mine, just like Dad was. Sonny taught me a lot. He was a great machinist, and I enjoyed working with him. And he gave me this book a while back, and this book was given to him by this man here, and I can't really read his whole name there. It looks like it says Mitten, property of Mitten, purchased in Baltimore, Maryland, September 18, 1946. And Sonny told me that this man was one of his mentors also whenever he started machine work. So it was given to Sonny, and Sonny gave it to me. And it's another one of the practical guides on how to run an engine lathe, and it's got a lot of the same type of info that you will find in some of the other books that we have talked about. There's a lot of interesting pictures that you see in here on how to set things up in the lathe, proper ways to set them up, and how to hold jobs. You know, there's a lot of info there on how to hold centers and drive dogs. So this book here is just all geared toward a lathe work. There's faceplate work. Steady and follow rests. Chucks and chucking. Hey, look at that. I recognize that work there. 4-jaw chuck holding in regular shaped pieces. Making a collet for a lathe. Look at that. So just another fun little book to read through. There's info on how to turn tapers. There's turning tapers between centers. Let's see if there's some cool pictures here that you can see. There's thread cutting, measuring the thread, tool bits. That's a neat looking threading tool. Look at that. Chasers. Square thread and Acme. Indicators. How to look at that. There's one of them stare at back plunge indicators. And look at this one here. Now, I remember Mr. Pete showing one of these old style indicators that you set up, and it's got this rod that rotates around the center point there. Another neat old tool. So anyway, just another cool book, and the fact that this was passed down to me from a mentor, Sonny. I really enjoy owning this and having it, and there's been times that I pick it up and just look through it for fun. So this is Running an Engine Lathe. Alright, there was another book here that Sonny gave me, and this one is Jigs, Fixtures, Tools, and Gauges. Another good book that touches on a lot of different ways to set work pieces up in the machines, building jigs, building fixtures, proper ways to hold jobs, and just lots of cool info. So I haven't read through this one very much. I have in the past. I looked at it, but anyway, this was made by or written by Gates. Jigs, Fixtures, Tool, and Gauges. Technical Press. I believe, I don't know for certain. I think that's who produces Tom Lipton's books. So anyway, that's another cool book there that Sonny gave me. And I got one more here to show you, and this is very special to me. I really love this. This is kind of what I wanted to show you here, but this is the Machinery's Handbook that belonged to my granddad, and this was used by him, James A. Booth. This was his Machinery's Handbook, and he gave this to my dad, and then now it's in my hands. And you can see they got gear chart written here, and they must have to go in there a lot and look at info for making gears. So it's the 13th edition, and so I don't know if my granddad made this for the book or not. I'm assuming that he did, but I never did ask him. I never thought about it. But it's some thin gauge aluminum. They welded it up and dressed the welds, and it fits the book really nice, and it actually helps protect it there. So that's one of my really special Machinery's Handbooks right there. So what we got here is a cylinder head off of a motorcycle engine, and it's got a broken bolt here on this side, and the customer brought it to me, asked me could I get it out. He attempted to start drilling it, but he didn't. I believe this is a stainless steel bolt. I put a magnet on it and it didn't stick, so I believe that's stainless. So he just decided to stop and contact me, asked me could I get this bolt out for him. So I got it set up using an angle plate. I found some long 3/8 bolts and was able to go through the head and get it pulled up. And I've got her leveled up pretty good. And what I've done was, this is metric by the way, 8mm by 1.25. So I run my tap into this hole, the good hole, and I just use my combination square level and just get it leveled up. And that should bring us plenty close enough for what we're doing here, what we need. So getting her centered up, what I usually like to do is to, I'll put an end mill in my chuck, and I'll use that to kind of center up on where the bolt is. Let me get you a little closer. So I got this little 2-fluter in here, and it's a 5/16, and I usually use that to square up, center up on the bolt. And I just do that by sight, and I feel like I've got her pretty well centered each direction, and got the table locked. So what we'll do is I'm going to use an end mill and just create a flat on the bolt, and we'll center drill it, and then I'll step drill it, starting with the small drill like a 1/8, and then progressively go up to a larger size and try to get this drilled out of there. All right, let's go ahead and establish our flat spot. Okay, that's about there. Hit it just a touch more. Now this is not the proper way to use an end mill. This is the only time I do this, just to kind of flatten out the end of the bolt here. Alright, I don't want to keep going any further with it, but looks like we're there. And that spot that's in the middle there is the where they had already tried starting to drill it. I'm going to get a center drill. I'm hoping that I can get it centered up without it trying to walk on that little divot there. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm getting ready to drill the first small hole in there. I went ahead and took that tap out of there. I forgot about that. And there's a couple other ways you can try to remove a bolt like this. One way is to put some heat on there to make the bolt and the aluminum expand and contract. That usually will help break something apart. Or weld a nut on there. That's another trick. I decided not to go any of those routes because there's still valves assembled on this head, and there's some rubber O-rings and seats and things like that on here. So I didn't want to create a bunch of heat on this thing. I just thought I would go ahead and do it by drilling it out. So we may try a little ease out and easy out once I get this whole hole in there, but I doubt that it's going to bring it out of there, but we'll try it anyway. It's definitely stainless. Okay, made it through. I don't know if this might be too small of a hole. I'll give that one a shot. dust all over my hammer. And sometimes these work and sometimes they don't. Best thing is to not use them. That way you don't risk breaking one off. Okay, it feels real tight. I'm not going to go any further with that because I don't want to have to drill out my own ease out. Go ahead and try one more ease out. No, maybe not. Hole ain't big enough. That one is. I don't think it's going to get it out. All right, we're drilling it out of there. That's a pretty good thunderstorm rolling through right now. I'm just chamfering that where that ease out messed up the hole. Alright, this will be our tap drill size here. Looks good so far. It caught it there at the bottom and screwed it on down in there. Alright, I installed my spring-loaded center. You can see that here. We got our tap, so we should be able to just run this through the hole and clean it out. By the way, this is my ratcheting. It's my ratcheting tap wrench. I don't think I ever showed that. Alright, that's the bottom. Alright, well that's it. It got it all out and the tap felt nice in there. So that'll work. got a good fit. All right, so another job done. Just got to break it all down and give them a call. I've been working on the K&T, getting things done that need to get done to hopefully get this thing operational real soon. So I've actually got it temporarily wired in so that I can run it. And right now, what I'm doing is just filling the column up with the oil. James actually had drained this before I came and picked it up. So I've got me some oil that I'm putting in there now. Try to get it topped off and check the knee, make sure there's enough oil in the knee, and let's fire it up, and hopefully we'll fire it up and see it run a little bit. So this is about the only way I've got to do this. I've got a bucket of oil over on the table, and I'm using this bucket, I'm filling it up, and then I'm putting it into the filler cap here. And I'm using my pig mats for any splash over, which I've already got some. I believe James said that this holds 6 or 6.5 gallons of oil in the column. So I've got a little ways to go. This is I believe this is my third bucket here.